So here we are in the first week of May in Ohio, and it's raining. It's been raining all week. It's gonna keep raining. Drove around yesterday, all the rivers are up out of their banks. So they say April showers bring May flowers. And yeah, that's true, but there's also other things growing in the garden. April showers also bring weeds. So I wanted to talk about weeds and make an argument for why you should keep some in the garden and not get rid of them. So we'll just go over here to weed number one, which I'm sure everybody knows. These are dandelions. Dandelion is an amazing plant because you can eat the leaves. These little guys, very nutritious, a little on the bitter side, but there's remedies for that. Get used to eating dandelion as your salad. Maybe replace some of your spinach with it. When the flowers come up, they are also edible, and you can do all kinds of things. You can make cookies. I've seen bread recipes. You can make fritters. You can make syrup. And if you're very ambitious, you can also make wine out of it. And so not only are the leaves good and the flowers good, but the roots are useful. There's medicinal properties for the roots, traditional folk remedies. But you can also use them as like a coffee substitute. So with the price of coffee looking to go up, maybe we're all going to be drinking dandelion root tea instead of coffee for our morning routines here in the next year or so. So don't pull your dandelions. Let some of them grow and use those plants. Free food growing in the yard. Okay, weed number two is cleavers. Cleavers is kind of a distinctive plant, but it's sticky. So if you're not sure if it's cleavers or not, feel it and feel if it's sticky like Velcro. In England, they call this sticky willy, which cracks me up. And you may know this plant in its more mature stage. It makes these tiny, tiny little seeds that are also extremely sticky. And if you have pets, you've probably pulled these little burrs out of your pet's fur. This plant has a lot of traditional medicinal properties. It's kind of one of those wonder plants that's good for a little bit of everything. And this one also, the seeds can be harvested and used as a coffee substitute. They have a tiny wee bit of caffeine in them. I harvested some last year and I found that it was a huge pain in the ass, and you would have to really be jonesing for a caffeine fix to harvest that. But maybe we all will be that desperate, we'll see. But this is a great plant. And it grows mostly in the spring and then dies off, and then it may come back in the fall. But look this one up. Maybe something in its wheelhouse is an issue that you have, and you could benefit from using this plant. Next up, we have burdock. Burdock is mostly, the root is used. It has a long tap root. Think like carrot, shaped like a carrot, but a little longer and thinner. It has supposedly some medicinal benefits, but it's used in Asian cuisine quite a bit. You can actually buy the root at the Asian grocery stores. It's pretty tasty. I've had it before. Kind of like a radish. But it's supposed to be very healthy for you, maybe even fall into superfood category. And again, this one also produces really annoying sticky burrs that you have probably combed out of your dog's fur before. So grow this one, but don't let it go to seed would be my advice. Next up we have chicory. Chicory is another one that it looks similar to dandelion in the leaves, and you can eat the leaves. This is another one where the root is kind of what most people use it for. The root, you dig it up, dry it, and roast it, and it is also used as a coffee substitute. Any Civil War history buffs know chicory coffee. And I actually did this last year and found that the chicory coffee was delicious. It had kind of chocolatey tones to it. It was a very pleasing beverage, but this one makes pretty purple flowers. And that's another thing about all of these weeds, is that these are the early plants that come on and feed your bees. This feeds all your pollinators. All of these plants feed your pollinators until the other summer flowers come up. So that's kind of also what I would consider the most important reason to let your weeds grow. And another spring delicacy is wild onion. It is coarser, like it's not tender like a green onion you get from the grocery store, but you can still use this for flavoring. Dry it out, grind it into powder, throw some stalks in your food for flavoring, and you can eat the I'll see if I can get one pulled up here. You can eat the bulb, but it's a little bit tough. To make sure you have the right plant, it's really easy. Just crush a little bit of the leaf and smell it, and it will smell kind of like onions and garlic. But again, free food in the yard. This plant is red dead nettle. It goes by some other names too, but I think that's the most common one. It's edible. You can use it in soups and salads. Very nutritious, high in minerals, but I'm gonna be real honest, I think it tastes like dirt. So I don't eat it very much. Sometimes I will put it in stock just to boost the nutritional value, and the taste kind of isn't overwhelming, but in a salad it's definitely an acquired taste. But look at all those little purple flowers. That's gonna feed your pollinators. So just based on that, I let this grow even if I don't really eat it that much myself. So am I suggesting that you let your entire yard and garden go completely wild and overcome by weeds? No. But like, here is a spot where in 2 months from now I am probably going to plant a tomato. There's no harm in letting this dandelion plant exist there. I can harvest off of it. I can feed it to my rabbit. He really likes that. You can see there is a tiny flower bud there. So in a week or so, that's going to open up and feed some pollinators. So I might as well let this grow. And then, end of May, when I'm ready to put my tomatoes in, I can dig that up and put my tomato in. But in the meantime, it's doing a lot of good for the pollinators. It could, be used by me. So I'm just saying, think about it before you pull your weeds. Maybe this weed is useful, and identify the plants in your yard. You might be surprised which ones are useful and which ones aren't. So happy gardening!